Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's-A-Mii here, and today we're doing another physical news update for both Switch 2 and Switch 1 games. A lot happened in the past week. We had Disgaea 7 Complete announced for Switch 2, and a special edition alongside of it from NIS America. It is a game keycard. We're going to talk about that, of course. Gaiden Ragebound, one of my most anticipated titles of the year, is getting a physical release both in the US and in Europe, which is really cool. Trails in the Sky First Chapter, the remake of the first Trails game, another game I'm very much looking forward to later in 2025. That's getting a huge special edition through limited run games, so people aren't the happiest about that. And then two, actual pieces of news I wanted to cover. First up, Capcom is counting game keycards as digital sales, and that might sound right at first because you have to download the game. However, I do want to talk about that for a little bit in this video, as well as the fact that Nintendo is back on Amazon. For a long time, first-party Nintendo games have not been on Amazon. They're back. You can buy first-party games on Amazon again, finally. So that's what we're getting into today. Of course, if you are new here and you enjoy Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 collecting, I would appreciate you liking the video and subscribing. Let's get into it. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the lack of uploads the past couple of days. I'll be honest, yesterday I just spent the entire day playing Bravely Default, absolutely loving it, as well as Mario Kart World, so I was slacking. I was slacking yesterday, meant to get this up a little bit earlier. But first things first, we had the announcement of Disgaea 7 Complete a couple of days ago. This is a Switch 2 exclusive version of Disgaea 7 Complete with all of the DLC. I think they might be adding some new content to this version, but this came out a couple of years ago on Switch and PS5. Now we're getting this complete edition on Switch 2 with all of the previous DLC and characters and scenarios added. And like I said, I believe there's a little bit more new content. No hard release date just yet, but it is releasing this fall on the Switch 2 as a Switch 2 exclusive. However, the controversial part of this, the physical part of this, if you go to the products tab over here, you have the Deluxe Edition, which is standard for NIS America. They say Deluxe Edition, it's just a standard physical release for them. Disgaea 7 Complete for Switch 2, mini poster, sticker sheets. That's what you're getting with that. That is, as you can see, if you squint there a little bit, that is a game keycard release. Now, that's notable because this is the first NIS America title on the platform, and I think out of every publisher that has gotten a Switch 2 dev kit yet and has been releasing games on it, NIS America especially really caters towards the physical collector crowd, or at least their games do, right? Physical collectors buy NIS America games more than probably anybody else. We talk about how the split for physical and digital is 60-40 or whatever it is on each platform. I feel like the split for NIS America games must be higher because these games are made for physical collectors. Many of them are JRPGs, and I feel like usually JRPG fans, right, they like collecting physical games. So for them to come out and also be doing a game keycard is a huge disappointment. I know people are very unhappy about this. My only hope at this point is that maybe this decision for Disgaea 7 Complete to be a game keycard, maybe that was already too far along when they saw the announcement to the game keycards and the Switch 2, and then they saw the reaction to it. My hope, my foolish hope, is that we get a year removed from now and these companies can start course correcting, even if it means charging more for the game because the cartridges cost more to manufacture. I think most NIS America fans would be willing to pay the extra $15 or whatever to have the game actually on the cartridge, no game keycard BS at all. So we will see. They did also announce this Disgaea 7 Complete Udo edition. This one is going to run you back $100, which seems kind of high for what you're getting, to be honest. It's $100, and all you get is, of course, the game itself. You get this nice outer box here, as well as one of those sun dial things where a little cat will probably put its paw back and forth, and a Disgaea 7 fan for $100. I mean, I presume they're going to charge $70 for the game, so $30 for a fan and a little sun clock, I guess isn't the worst. I don't know. It's not the best. However, more notably here, NIS America has a stock tracker on their websites, and people are rejoicing because it still says 100% stock. I wonder how accurate this is and how often it's updated, because I know firsthand at least 5 or 6 people that bought this already, the special edition for this game. Now, if there's a lot of stock, then 5 people wouldn't move it at all. But I do question that because you can't imagine there's too many of these being produced. So I wonder if this is accurate. I wonder if this is actually a sign that this thing isn't selling, or maybe this website just isn't updating in real time. Yeah, we have a little bit of a closer look here. We got the Udo Slumber Cats, Lucky Slumber Cat. We got the fan, the game, and the outer box. The outer box is nice. That does look nice. I like the way that looks. Doesn't really look like a video game. Maybe more like a fine art piece you would put on your bookshelf in your living room or something. You hide that logo there. But yeah, Disgaea 7 Complete. This was announced a couple of days ago. People are not happy. It's a game keycard, obviously. I have not played Disgaea 7. I would like to, but I'm so far behind on Disgaea that Dude, I don't even know where to start anymore. I still need to finish Disgaea 1. Actually, I need to finish Disgaea 1 complete, play through. They did 4 complete, 5 was on Switch as a launch title or near launch. Then they did 6. Then there's like the Prenny spin-offs. There's so much Disgaea stuff. I'm so far behind. But I have heard good things about Disgaea 7 overall, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check this out eventually, but for $100 or $70 for the deluxe standard, presumably, there's no pricing for that one yet. Maybe it's only 60 for the base game. I don't know. Not a great story to start the video with. What is a great story, though, is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, the new 2D Ninja Gaiden game from the developers of Blasphemous. That's releasing on July 31st on PlayStation and I think Xbox, Steam, Switch, of course. But it's getting a physical release. Now, the physical is coming out a little bit later. Gamatsu notes here it's releasing on September 12th, but they just announced this, and I am very happy. I wasn't sure if this game would get one, and they're doing the full treatment. It's getting a physical in North America, not through like a limited run company. It's getting a physical in Europe with a special edition. And I just think that's so cool to see. And even looking at this image here, it looks like the standard copies in America anyway are including a soundtrack as well as a booklet, which having to advertise a booklet, where are we in 2025? We are lost as a people, but it's still nice to see that they're doing that. I can't wait for this game. I'm really, really excited for it. Everything I see of it looks just better and better. They're also doing the special edition through Silver Linings Direct website. I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to their website. This is going to run you back 70 USD if you want to import this special edition here. Includes a cloth map, 4 metal pins, 2-sided medallion, pixel stage standee, 2-sided poster, as well as the standard edition copy with the booklet and digital soundtrack. That's also releasing on the 12th. So, I mean, listen. We've looked at a lot of bad special editions, I feel like, in the past couple of news update videos for $70. Granted, I mean, I don't think we know the price of this game standard, like on the eShop, but $70, basically retail price for a new game. You're getting all these extra goodies, even if the base game only costs like 25 or 30 or whatever on PSN and the eShop. $70 for that doesn't seem too bad. You're getting that cool map. I like the little metal pins down here. That's neat. So yeah, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound digitally on July 31st, physically on September 12th in both Europe and in North America. Cannot wait for this game. We'll definitely be doing some sort of coverage for it on the channel, either an unboxing of the special edition or a review when it comes out digitally. We will see. But yeah, really, really can't wait for this game. Let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on picking up this sweet little physical they're doing here. All right, next up, let's talk about Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake. So originally, I wasn't even going to post this news video until like sometime next week when there was a couple more stories. However, this is going up on Tuesday, June 17th, and it is actually limited on limited run. It's not an open pre-order for this release. So Trails in the Sky getting its fantastic looking remake later this year. Cannot wait for this. I've never played a Trails game because I've wanted to play them in order. So I'm really happy that Falcom is finally going and releasing these as remakes on modern platforms. And listen, if you just want the standard copy, that is going to be available at retail. It's on Amazon at the very least right now for $60. It's releasing on September 19th later this year on both Switch and PS5. However, Limited Run has announced that they are doing some special editions for this game that I wanted to let you all know about if these do interest you. So first up here, for $20 more, we have the Trails in the Sky First Chapter Steelbook Edition. This is going to go up on Tuesday, June 17th at noon Eastern time, so that'd be 9 a.m. for me. And it's going to be limited to, I believe it's 1,500 on PS5. Yeah, 1,500 on PS5 and 3,000 on Switch if you want the Steelbook edition of the game. It includes the standard copy of Trails in the Sky First Chapter, a foil embossed slipcover, the Steelbook, as well as the launch celebration pack. And with that launch celebration pack, you get these like cute chibi skins of Estelle and Joshua. So I'm really excited to play this. I don't know if I need to get the Steelbook edition. I do like the bigger outer box that you're getting with it. However, something that might interest you even more is this Bracer edition. And I will say, like I said, we were talking like, okay, we've looked at a lot of bad special editions over the past couple of weeks, especially from Square Enix. This, from Limited Run, especially for the price, doesn't seem as bad as what we've been covering on the channel. So we'll swap over to that now. Real quick, that is also limited to, this one's limited to 1,500. So if you want to get this, you might want to, have your card ready and everything. Although 1,500, Trails in the Sky, pretty niche series, you might not have an issue getting it, but just be warned that it is limited. And this also goes up on a Tuesday, June 17th for $180, so you're paying an extra $120 on top of the game price. However, the special edition actually has some cool stuff in it. It's been a while since I saw a special edition, and I was like, oh, that's actually like a neat item. That's actually kind of cool to like put on a shelf and like maybe mess around with at least for a little bit. Usually it's just stuff that's gonna go in the closet, and this very well may be the same for you, but at least they're trying something special with this here. So we have the Bracer Edition of Trails in the Sky first chapter, where you get the Bracer Edition box. Of course, you get that launch celebration pack code for the skins for the characters. You get the entire Steelbook set we already talked about. You get that box as well in the Steelbook for it on PS5 or Switch. You get the cloth map of the world. Is it Liberal? Is that how you would say the world in Trails in the Sky? You have a soundtrack CD. You have a Trails in the Sky first chapter art book. It looks pretty thin here based on this image, but you do get an art book. You also get the in-game costume for classic style Estelle and Joshua. You get the Bracer Guild notebook. I like this little strap it has on it. That's pretty cool. The Steelbook, as we already covered. And then most notably, the real piece here is the Whereabouts of Light's wooden music box. That's really cool. I don't know, like, maybe I'm just jaded because we've been looking at so many bad special editions, but this one actually has something a little unique with this music box. But even the fact that you're getting an art book and a CD and a cloth map and a notebook, like, there's actually stuff in here. The notebook you could actually use if you write stuff down a lot and you want to, feel like you're on the field with the Bracer Guild, I guess. I don't know. I'm making stuff up because I never played the game. But this is pretty cool. 180, still a little steep, but this is certainly more justifiable than like the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD special edition, or even that Final Fantasy Tactics one, which was like $200. 180 for all this stuff isn't too bad. It is a shame that it's limited to 1,500, and they say pre-orders closed on Sunday, July 20th, but it's going to sell out before then, I would think. They have not said when it's going to ship. I hope this ships alongside the game, especially since it is limited. That would imply that they've already manufactured it. So hopefully this does ship in September with the game. If not, Limited Run has been doing this thing where they'll ship the base game itself and then the special edition contents a little bit later. So ideally that would happen here. Really what they should do is just sell this without the game at all, so you can buy the game at Amazon and then, order the special edition stuff there if you're a huge fan and you really want it. But yeah, I wanted to highlight that for you. If you are interested in Trails in the Sky first chapter, this is going up on pre-order on Tuesday, June 17th at noon Eastern time. Definitely do not miss it if you are a big Trails fan. Also, it is a little funny that the first Trails game in a while, if I'm not mistaken, to be not published by NIS America. It's being done by Gung Ho. They just did that Lunar remaster as well, I believe. The first one that's not NIS America has some sort of affiliation with Limited Run games, which I know people despise Limited Run games, which I just thought was a little funny. Okay, so those are the 3 physical news announcements that I wanted to cover in this video. However, there were a couple like other pieces relating to physical media that I wanted to discuss. First up, Capcom and how they're counting Switch 2 game key cards as digital sales. They announced this in their financial investor meeting, and basically they're counting game key card sales as digital sales, like on their ends when they're, calculating how many copies of a game sold. And when you look at like the tweets, every single reply is good. These are digital games. They should be counted as a digital sale. However, just think about it for a second. Why would it be that a company would separate these two things, and why would they have to separate them logistically in terms of how much money they're making? It's because a physical release requires retailer space. The retailers get a cut. You have to manufacture the cartridge and the box. Game keycards still check all those boxes. So I don't really understand this. I just wanted to highlight it because it's just weird to me. I understand people hate game keycards and people are happy to see that they were counting them as digital sales. But if you actually think about it for a few seconds, like it doesn't really make any sense. I would even go as far as to argue even a code and box release should count as a physical sale, because you're buying a physical thing and taking it to the counter, getting it scanned. Walmart gets their cut, Target gets their cut, whatever. How would that not be counted differently? It doesn't add up to me. At the very least, I'm sure Capcom is somehow internally separating them, but in the numbers they're going to report, and when they say, okay, our digital sales were 97% of our sales last year, they are going to count game keycards, which that feels disingenuous to me because, while I know people don't want to admit it, at the end of the day, a game keycard is still a physical product that is taking up space on store shelves, and you're buying physically, and the retailer gets a cut and everything. So I don't know. This was a little weird to me. I don't really understand this, but we will see if other companies end up following suit. If that's the case, it's going to be harder to track game sales also, unless the, publisher like Capcom really divulges that info. But a lot of the time we get sales information through like the regional charts and all that from retail stores. So that's going to be a little annoying if they just don't count that at all. But we'll see. I just wanted to highlight that real quick. And then the final thing I wanted to add into this video is that Amazon and Nintendo have seemingly broken their feud. If you have been following the situation for the past like 2 years, you haven't really been able to buy first-party Nintendo games and pre-order them through Amazon. officially from Nintendo. You might find third-party sellers or whatever because it is like an open marketplace. But for a long time, Nintendo has not been on Amazon. Even like the Switch 2 itself wasn't sold on Amazon by Nintendo. But late last night, they added a bunch of first-party games, and seemingly this will be the case moving forward, which is really nice. I know a lot of us prefer to just buy from Amazon. It's so much more convenient. I will have affiliate links in the comments down below or in the description. If you want to support the channel and buy some first-party games on there, pre-order them, whatever, I would appreciate it. Of course, no pressure there. But yeah, they added Donkey Kong Bonanza. You can buy that on Amazon now. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that's coming out in August. That's up for pre-order. Of course, $80. Ooh, love that. Love that pricing from Nintendo right there. Mario Party Jamboree was added to the website. They're seemingly even going back and doing some Switch 1 games. So Mario and Luigi Brothership is on there. $50 right now. Not a bad price. I think that game is really underrated, to be honest. I know some people didn't love it too much. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is on Amazon now, finally. They even added some amiibo. So the Jamie amiibo, as well as the Sidon amiibo for Tears of the Kingdom that just came out. This is all on Amazon again, which is nice. I know a lot of people prefer Amazon. I will typically go to Best Buy if Amazon's not an option, order it from Best Buy. But even then, Best Buy shipping, sometimes it's weird. They put like stickers on the package because they do like their online pickup or whatever, and then they ship it through OnTrack, which isn't always the most reliable. Amazon, at least in my area, isn't too bad in terms of reliability on getting games on release day, but also just not having it destroyed by the time it arrives at my house. So I just wanted to highlight this. Amazon and Nintendo have finally worked out their feud, and their games are on the website again. But that is going to do it for today's Switch and Switch 2 physical news update video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on picking up any of the games we discussed in this video. The Trails in the Sky Special Edition is kind of tempting, but also I haven't played one of the games yet, so I don't think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that. I will be getting Ninja Gaiden Ragebound though. That is the one for me in this video that I'm like 100% like, yes, I'm so happy that's getting a physical release. Like I said, I'll be doing videos on that when it does arrive. And then yeah, the Disgaea 7 situation is just... it's just disappointing. Even as someone who doesn't mind game keycards, I gotta say it in every video, it's just like, come on, NIS America, you have to know that your audience is like the hardcore physical collectors. I don't know, it just seems a little odd there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on everything we discussed in today's video. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch 2 news and coverage and collecting content. Use my Amazon affiliate links if you want to support the channel. Once again, I do really appreciate the support there. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames. Check out my Nintendo news channel at BoTalksGames. And until next time, folks, peace.